What's up, good people? It's your man, Uncle Kurt, Triad Hip Hop Podcast. It's time for me to bring you another lyrical breakdown. So let's get into it. All right, let's go. All right, so today I want to do a new joint that just came out. This is one of my favorite rappers. It's my man, none other than Rass Kass. He just dropped a new joint that features my man Master Ace, and it's called Culture Vultures. You know, it's a lot of rappers stepping up, you know, pointing out these culture vultures here lately, man. We know West Coast Cam just did it, you know what I mean? But, you know, when it comes to lyricism, you know, this is such a good combination of Master Ace and Rass Kass. Rass Kass has always been known for being a dope lyricist, you know what I mean? Back in the days of the Source, you know, he made the Unsigned Hype joint, you know what I mean? So, like I said, this is a new joint. It's called Culture Vultures, and I'm doing Rass Kass's verse, and we're going to get that started. Let me let y'all hear it, see the lyrics, and then we're going to come back and break it down real quick. All right? All right, let's do it.
Some say that 90s shit is better than the new shit. I just love good music. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Classic hip hop, it will always be my favorite. Boom bap, go and tell the DJ play it. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture.
I am unforgettable, uncut lyrical, unfuckwittable, line for line, unparalleled. When I pole vault, spit at you. So when they top 50 list, the critic do pitiful. Niggas ridicule greatness when you alive, and worship your images when you die. Hypocritical, as a Roman wearing a cross. I do it for my tribe, even if I took a loss. Real hip hop heads worldwide. I'm currently serving till Galactus arrive. The rappers survive. I love vodka and vaginas, cause that is the vibe. The co-created by your environment, homegrown. The whole circle above the feast, I'm dying bones. Do you exploit our style, still our sound, and say the N-word when you think niggas ain't around? R&B soul singers got replaced with boy bands. Black female singers got Aguilera and Speared. I watch Super Bowl and Post Malone is selling beers, but his black counterparts made hits for more years.
Some say that 90s shit is better than the new shit. I just love good music. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Classic hip hop, it will always be my favorite. Boom bap, go and tell the DJ play it. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture.
Do it for the culture.
That was proof positive right there. You know what I mean? Lyricism at its finest. And, you know, he also gave you that element of consciousness of, you know, let me break this shit down and let me school y'all on what these fucking culture vultures do. So let's go through the lyrics real quick. So let me pull it up here. I took some notes just in case. But so he said, I am unforgettable, uncut lyrical, unfuckwittable, line for line. You know what I mean? He's starting off right out the bat, just giving you that raw lyricism and metaphors and wordplay. He like, yo, you really lyrically, you don't want this. You know what I mean? You don't want this. And, you know, I could quote, you know, so many different Rass Kass joints, but this one, just came out. So I just wanted to also not only highlight the lyricism and the message of consciousness on Culture Vultures, but also to just help kind of promote that, because people like him don't get radio play like they should. You know what I mean? This shit should be all over the fucking radio. All over it. So anyway, he said, I am unforgettable, uncut lyrical, unfuckwittable, line for line, unparalleled. When I pole vault, spit at you. So where them top 50 list the critics do? Pitiful. You know what I mean? If y'all know anything about hip hop lately, they've been coming out with a few of these little top 50 rappers lists, and for the most part, they trash. You know what I mean? You know, they'll put some good people on there, but it's like, for the most part, the list be trash. You know what I mean? They'll throw somebody in there who has no business being in there. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, man, stop doing that. You just want to have something to talk about. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me go back. So then he said, niggas ridicule greatness when you alive, then worship your images when you die. hypocritical as a Roman wearing a cross. I do it for my tribe, even if I took a loss. To me, that whole shit was dope right there. You know what I mean? Niggas ridicule greatness when you're alive. You know what I mean? Most times when most of these dope rappers are alive, nobody got much to say about them. But then he said they worship your images when you die. Because all of a sudden, as soon as people die, all of a sudden they were the greatest. Oh man, he was so dope. He was the best, and he was this, and he was so good. And, you know what I mean? And it's like he said. Then he said, hypocritical as a Roman wearing a cross. You know what I mean? And that's dope within itself right there. You know what I mean? He talking about how hypocritical most of these motherfuckers in hip hop are today, fans, you know, and everybody. But you know, it's funny because he said hypocritical as a Roman wearing a cross. You know what I mean? You got what they call Roman Catholicism, you know what I mean? But that's basically the version of Christianity that the Romans decided to, you know, take on and say, here's the way we going to do it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people took it. They wasn't even, the message wasn't even brought to those people in the beginning. You know what I mean? Now that's a whole nother subject, you know what I mean? But still, you know, that's why he said, because Romans were not religious at all. You know what I mean? They were just like, okay, we're going to do it the way we want to do it. You know, we believe in this over here and that over there, but we're going to kind of mix some things up. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it's very hypocritical. But he said, hypocritical as a Roman wearing a cross. I do it for my tribe, even if I took a loss. That's a real hip hop line right there, because he basically letting you know it don't matter if I don't, you know what I mean, make $1 trillion off of this. This is what's in my heart. This is my passion. This is my love. You know what I mean? This is my culture, and I got to represent no matter what. So people like that, that's where real hip hop comes from. And then he said, real hip hop heads worldwide, I'm currently serving till Galactus arrive. Yo, if anybody knows anything about comic books, specifically Marvel comics, you know, Galactus is like one of the most powerful motherfuckers in the universe. You know, this nigga feasts on planets. You know what I mean? So he said, I'm serving until Galactus arrive. You know what I mean? Meaning, you know what I mean, I'm gonna keep doing this shit until this planet gets devoured. You know what I mean? So anyway, and then I'm gonna skip a little bit. He said, you co-created by your environment, homegrown, the volts circle above, then feast on dying bones. You know what I mean? I love that part, because he's talking about how, you know, the hip hop culture and how it's all homegrown and co-created by the environment. But then he said the volts circle above, meaning short for vultures. The volts circle above, then feast on dying bones. You know what I mean? Because they're basically just waiting for you, for their chance. Once you get weak enough to where you start dying out, they jump in and they try to steal every fucking thing you got. You know what I mean? And then he said, let me read that again. The volts circle above, then feast on dying bones. Then he said, then you exploit our style, steal our sound, then say the N-word when you think niggas ain't around. He just broke down the whole fucking culture vulture shit right there for you. Plain simple. You know what I mean? After they circle above, then they feast on the dying bones. And then it says, then you exploit our style, steal our sound, then say the N-word when you think niggas ain't around. You know what I mean? We good enough for you motherfuckers to steal our shit, but we also so far beneath you as far as what you think that you can just say the N-word when we ain't around. You know what I mean? We good enough to steal our culture and our sound, but all of a sudden we nigga this and nigga that. Man, please. But anyway, then he said, R&B soul singers got replaced with boy bands. Black female singers got Aguilera'd and speared. If you don't understand that, you might not be really listening too good. You know what I mean? I really need y'all to hear that. He said R&B soul singers got replaced with boy bands. Black female singers got Aguilera'd and speared. Enough said. I watched Super Bowl and Post Malone is selling beers, but his black counterparts made hits for more years. I mean, what else can you say? This man is kicking straight facts in the form of dope lyricism. You know what I mean? You know, you watch the Super Bowl and all these famous TV sports events, and people like Post Malone got ads for beers and shit like that. But his black counterparts in the same, same shit, if not better, been making hits for more years, but they don't get these contracts and, sponsorships to do commercials and shit like that. Why the fuck is it so many artists out here that are black that are way more talented, whether they're equal or more talented than Post Malone, but they don't get these contracts, you know what I mean, to do these ads and shit like that. Every now and then you'll catch us getting something, but for the most part, people like Post Malone get them shits all the time. All the time. So, like he said, his black counterparts made hits for more years. People who had way more experience making the same type of music, if not better, don't get these offers to make Super Bowl ads and shit like that, man. So it's crazy to me, man. But anyway, I don't want to get too long-winded because I know I'll do that. But anyway, that's my rant, and that's the end of the verse. You know what I mean? I love the hook. Some say the 90s shit is better than the new shit. I just love good music. You know what I mean? Not really trying to disrespect the new shit. He just saying, I just love good music. He said, do it for the culture. Boom bap. It will always be my favorite. No, what'd he say? He said, classic hip hop. It will always be my favorite. Boom bap, run and tell the DJ to play it. Do it for the culture. You know what I mean? So it's like these people like Rass Kass, they not making bad music. You know what I mean? He's not making bad music. It's just that, they want to sway the youth. In order to sway the youth, they need the youth. It's not that these young artists out here is doing something better than people like Rass Kass. No, they're not. Most of them ain't even on Rass Kass's level. Rass Kass is a legend, but in order to sway the youth, you need somebody who they can identify with. So you take some of the youth off the street and you cookie cut them and say, here's what the kids like. You know what I mean? Wear this, sound like this, look like this, walk like this, talk like this, and they're going to love you. And you make them feel like, yeah, you're representing your hood, Yeah, you're representing. But no, they're not. They're not really representing for the most part. You know what I mean? They just been, cookie cut and mass produced. But most of them don't even realize it. So anyway, man, that's my rant, man. But anyway, go check that out. The new Rass Kass, Culture Vultures, featuring Master Ace.